A small percentage of men in this world are the ones who get all the girls. They're the ones who get all the resources, but most importantly, they're the ones who get all the respect. Now, what you guys are about to learn are 4 rules that, if you follow, will get you into the top 1% of men. So write these rules down on a piece of paper, keep it in your wallet when you forget, put it under your pillow when you sleep at night, whatever you have to do so that you never forget them. With that said, let's get right into it. Number 1, never let yourself get trolled. How many times have you guys been in a situation where either a guy or girl tried to get under your skin and they tried to troll you? And if they succeeded, who do you think actually won in the end? Girls are always trying to troll us guys because it's an easy way for them to test us and to see if they can move us off our center. Trolling is actually a one-way street though, meaning the troll is the one who always wins in the end if you react to them. If you guys want to join the top 1%, you can't let other people troll you, period. Men who are easily trolled and easily moved off their center are not respected by women or other men because they just can't be trusted. There should be all sorts of situations in your life, and if you are easily trolled or if you are easily triggered, you will fall into the traps that will keep you average forever. Number 2, less is more. Something that you guys have to understand about females is that less is always more. Most guys who are not in the top 1% of men think that more is always better when it comes to girls and when it comes to everything in life. But the truth is that less is more. Give a girl less attention and you will be surprised when she becomes more interested in you. Tell a girl less about you and she will go crazy thinking about you and trying to figure you out. The top 1% of men put in the smallest investment possible, whether it's their time, their attention, or their energy, yet they're able to reap the greatest rewards. So often you have guys out there who will meet a girl for the first time and within that first conversation, they will tell that girl everything that there is to know about themselves. What you guys have to understand is that men in the top 1% don't just freely give away their attention or information about themselves or information about their lives. The greatest difference here is that these men make girls, and they make other people earn their attention. They make other people earn the privilege of knowing intimate details about their life. What you always find average men doing is giving away everything that they have freely, giving away their attention to girls in the hopes that they will get some form of validation or some form of attention, giving away the details about their life to any random stranger on the street. Men in the top 1% do not freely give away their time, they do not freely give away their attention, and they do not give away information about themselves because they view these things as incredibly valuable. What you guys have to do is completely rethink how much value you place on things like your time and your attention, especially when it comes to females. Now, I know it seems paradoxical, but the less that you give when it comes to females, the more you will actually get in return. Number 3, never try to sell someone on your value. Now, this one is going to blow your mind. Seriously, how many of you guys have ever seen a girl wearing the tightest clothes that she could find? Then you look at her face, and she has so much makeup on that it's almost like she just dipped her face into a bowl of cake batter rather than something attractive, and she's got those fake eyelashes that are like 4 inches too long. You can tell just by looking at her that she is trying very, very hard to make sure that certain parts of her body are right in your face. Now, most likely when you first saw this girl, many alarm bells in your head started to go off. Something that men in the top 1% know is that the fastest way to make it painfully obvious to pretty much anybody that you are lower value than that person is by trying super hard to impress them. Now, girls typically do this with the way that they dress, but men typically do it in a little bit of a different way. Imagine you just met a girl, and a few minutes into the conversation, you try to brag about your job or your car or something like that. Now, what you're actually saying to the girl is, "Hey, I think I'm lower value than you, so I feel like I need to say these things to impress you." Men in the top 1% never try to impress people because, quite frankly, they don't have to. What you guys have to understand is that when you have great value, the value speaks for itself. And the closer that you guys are to getting into the top 1% of men, the more your actions, your character, and your material things that you own will speak for you. Now, the greatest difference between how average men think and how men in the top 1% think is simply this. If I'm an average man, I believe that I must prove myself to you. But if I'm a 1% man, I believe that you must prove yourself to me. And when you switch up this way of thinking, it completely changes everything. All of a sudden, you're not putting girls on a pedestal. You're not trying to prove yourself to every girl who looks halfway decent. All of a sudden, you're looking at girls from the perspective of, are you worth my time? Are you worth my energy? And are you worth my attention or my resources? Or in other words, can you make me happy and can you make me entertained, rather than the other way around? And it is this change in mindset that flips the whole equation upside down, particularly when it comes to females. But this new way of thinking is just as useful when you're dealing with other men as well. Number 4, there's always another one. One of the most important things that you guys can ever understand is that there will always be more. There will always be another girl, another car, another job, whatever it is. There will always be another option out there for you. The greatest difference between men in the top 1% and men who live average is that men in the top 1% have an abundance mindset. Average men think the opposite way. The average man settles for the first girl who gives him a little bit of attention, even if this girl is ringing all the alarm bells. The average man will settle because he believes in his mind that this is the only girl who will ever give him a shot. Right now, millions of guys out there, they work a job that they hate because they just don't believe that there are other jobs or other ways to make money. For them, they're dating the same girl who is a terrible fit for them because they don't believe that there are other girls out there who will like them. 10,000 years ago, maybe it would have paid to have a scarcity mindset, but in today's world, there's something like 8 billion people on the planet, nearly half of which are females. In today's world, there are countless new ways to make money that don't force you to trade your time for money. If you go into everything with the mindset that there is always more, I promise you that you will always have more. But if you go into everything thinking that there is never enough, then guess what? You will never have enough. This goes for girls, it goes for jobs, and it goes for pretty much anything. So many guys get themselves into some really bad situations because they get into this scarcity mindset where they think that there's only one girl for them, or they think that there's only one job that they can get. But here's the crazy part. It's not even about whether or not there really are other girls out there for you. It's not about whether there really is a new way out there for you to make money other than the one that you're doing right now. It is the change in your mindset. You've probably heard the saying, as above, so below. What this means is that whatever is in our head affects how we act. And so, if you think that there is never enough of everything, you're going to act automatically in a desperate way that will make this actually come true for you. But if you think that there is always more or there's always plenty to go around, you will, in return, act in a way that will actually bring that reality to life for you. If you're a guy who believes that there is no shortage of girls out there who will like you, then you'll behave in a more confident, relaxed, and attractive way. And big surprise, in return, far more girls will find you attractive, thus making this reality come true for you. The top 1% of men live their life by a different set of rules or by a different code than men who live an average life. And it is these rules or these beliefs that shape their reality into the one that they want it to be. The problem with average men is that they typically break these rules all the time. They don't have a code, they don't have a set of powerful rules to live by, and this is what keeps them average. Now, statistically, the top 1% of men get all the girls, they get all the resources, and they get all the respect. And I know this probably doesn't seem very fair, but what we have to realize is that life is only as fair as we make it. Each one of these men who are in the top 1% had a choice. And the difference is that, unlike most men, they chose not to be average. And every single day, they follow a set of rules that has allowed them to get into and to stay within the top 1%. So, at the end of the day, the choice is yours. And with that said, until next time, thanks for watching. So, you have watched this video till the end. So, I have something for you. I have created the masterclass for the guys who want unlimited power and dominance in their relationships. Guys who want to generate attraction instantly without having to rely on lame pickup lines and openers. Guys wanting to get their ex-girlfriend or wife back and never to see her leave again. Guys who want the ability to make women fall in love with them at will. Guys who want authority and dominance in their love lives and never to be seen as weak again. Guys who want to get out from the dreaded friend zone and get into the lover zone. Guys who want to have choices with women and have a relationship without the drama, confusion, and headache. Guys who are getting back into the game and want to sharpen their dating skills with the best attraction techniques. Guys looking to turn a casual friend or coworker into a devoted lover and get her to be physically and emotionally addicted to them. If you don't take any action to understand women in your 20s, you'll suffer heavily in your 30s. So buy it right now or regret it. It's on 50% discounted rate. Buy before sales ends. Buying links in the pinned comment and description.